Why do you play fighting games?
Oh man, I enjoy like the one-on-one part of it, and I enjoy the mind games of it. And it's very fast mind games. So, yeah, like I love how you get like the instant feedback of watching what they do and like coming up with strategies in the moment against like what they're doing. But yeah, it's that like instantaneous one-on-one kind of like back and forth that I really enjoy about them. So.
And did you play any other games before you started Street Fighter competitively? What did you play, even casually or even
Smash Brothers a little bit, but I wasn't really competitive. Let me see. I played Halo a little bit, but online, just for fun.
Halo 2, Halo 3?
I think maybe it was Halo 3. Maybe it was Halo 3. Yeah. I think, I don't even remember. Whatever it was on the 360, I don't know. Let me see. Growing up, I played Unreal Tournament. That was a lot of fun.
On PC?
Yeah. I love that game.
First systems ever were Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo?
NES and Sega Genesis. So
yeah. Sega Genesis is where you play Street Fighter 2 for the first time.
Yep. Yeah. I guess the very first time I was over at my friend's house, probably SNES, I played it on. But yeah, no, I definitely, remember the game's been around for a long time. I had no idea that like there was any kind of strategy to it or anything though. So
adjustments from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5.
It was pretty smooth. So like the reason why I started with Ryu is because that's kind of where I ended Street Fighter 4. So I just kind of like went over. I mean, but like Street Fighter 5 Ryu is kind of like, I guess, underpowered compared to Street Fighter 4 Ryu. I guess in some ways, but not in other ways. But like the adjustment was like Street Fighter 4 Ryu, you always get that crouch immediate kick fireball, right? Crouch immediate kick fireball, and it just like you pressure people with it, and like that's your thing, And in this game, the fireball, there's a gap there, and it's really negative, and you have to worry about being negative from like that distance and everything. So it's much less of a thing that you autopilot, and it's more of like going back to neutral and using Ryu's buttons to like with punish and stuff to get your opportunity.
What do you think about Street Fighter 5? How it's lived on and evolved? What do you think about
I have a lot of things to say about that because I kind of like was there for the highs and the lows. I always knew that the game was fun, and like the people that were downplaying it, in the end, like they would come back to it, and I think that's kind of what's happened, because like the core gameplay was always there. Like it felt tight in the same way that Street Fighter 4 felt tight, right? The neutral felt tight, and like the rock paper scissors kind of like holds it together as a to make sure that you're not just getting steamrolled by like people just like option selecting stuff and everything like that. And it's really easy to understand. I guess that's the big thing, right? Street Fighter 4, you had all these option selects. The Oki situations were very like you had to lab them out, like because you didn't know where your plus frames were. Like sometimes you got a safe jump by doing some kind of weird setup, and sometimes it was ambiguous cross up, and you had to do all this craziness that like you had to like it was like training room work to get there. And Street Fighter 5 is a game where you get the knockdown, you dash up, and it's kind of assumed that you have plus frames to begin your pressure that way. So it's very much a streamlined experience, and with like the input buffer, right? That helped that streamline everything a lot too, because it's no longer like, oh, does my button come out on time? When I'm trying to punch a 3-frame, -3, I'm trying to punch 3-frame, like, does my button come out on time? If it doesn't, then I miss that punish. And in this game, you're kind of like guaranteed in situations like that to always get, to take the advantage that you're given.
What has your tournament, what has the past few weeks been like in tournament for you here?
I don't know. It's been kind of fun. I mean, it just kind of like boiled down to like Rao and Cat's Name Flash. are kind of like the two ones that I really struggle with. And last week after I lost to both of them, I got the chance to talk to them afterwards, and they said, I asked them, I said, how is my Ryu different from Cat's Name Flash, right? Because Cat's Name Flash like won this whole tournament and destroyed Rao, and I just get destroyed by him every time. Same character, right? And they said, your Ryu is a lot different. He's very defensive, and you're not making things happen. And then I went back and I watched the stream, and I said, you know what? You're right. I'm playing too defensive. I'm giving him too much respect. So I feel like, having that immediate feedback kind of helps me improve myself. So that's something that I worked on this week, to stop waiting for the opportunity and do stuff, be more proactive in the neutral.
Does Rao and the other guy, did they go to Rival Fools?
I think I saw Cat's Name Flash there one time, but never Rao. So he's another mystery. Rao is another mystery for me. I don't know.
Rival Fools, they're really good.
Oh yeah, they're very good.
I've seen them at Psycho Summit. I don't know if you've been there.
No.
It's another tournament series. They have it at. They haven't had it actually all year. But,
oh, okay.
But I've seen a few of the players there. Like one of them plays Nash, Space Boy.
Yeah.
Who does he play? Karen or? Luke or something?
Sakura.
Sakura, yeah.
Yeah. And he plays a couple other characters. Sakura,
and, I know this guy J1 was there, and of course Johnny Fraser. Sun Lee.
Yep.
But you know some of these guys from the break. What are your memories from the break?
that
old arcade.
Oh, okay. Here's my memory from the break, the old arcade. All right. Every time I would come home, my girlfriend, who's my wife now,
I know what you're about to say.
She'd say, "Your clothes smell like
Steaks.
Yeah. Exactly. She said, "Man, you smell like not cheesesteak." She said, "You smell like mozzarella stick. You smell like a mozzarella stick." Every time I come home, she'd say that. So.
And was Rao good back in the day?
Oh yeah, he destroyed me. Yeah.
Was he always playing the same character?
Yeah, he was playing Karen. Yep.
And Nikali.
Yep. I don't know if I saw him play Nikali back then, but yeah, he was playing Karen and destroying me, and being like, "Oh yeah, you can do this, and you can do that." And I'm like, okay, I don't know, but.
So you used to play Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
What, since vanilla?
Yeah, it's been a long time, man.
And you stuck with all the versions?
On and off. Like I said, I played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for a while, and I played Cross Tekken and stuff.
And what are your teams in those groups?
Let's see. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I played Zero, Chris, and Tron, and Dante. No, okay. So my original team was like Zero, Chris, and Dante. I think that was my original team. And then in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I played Dante, Chris, Tron. So it was like all low tier. Well, not Dante, but I didn't want to stay with Zero because he's like absurdly broken, and I don't feel good about playing like absurdly broken characters. Like he went from like okay in the original version, and then in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it was like completely broken. So.
And Cross Tekken?
I remember I played Ryu. I think it was Ryu and Ibuki. And like I love doing. You could DP and do exchange combos off of DP. So like that was a ton of fun. That was like my jam, right? Wait for somebody to jump, DP, and then you get this giant juggle combo. But.
And Street Fighter 4, did you play that on 360?
Yeah, I played on 360 and I played on PS3 and PS4 when it came out to PS4. Yeah. But
what is it that you like about Ryu and Street Fighter 5?
The honesty. the honesty that you kind of have to play the game. You have to play against the other player. It's not like he doesn't have like canned gimmicks in V-Trigger where you like do a sequence and then they die. Like you always have to kind of like understand what's happening in order to make you win. I mean, like he's not. I'm not going to pretend that he's a character that's like, like so honest that you're like always, like you don't ever like steal rounds from people because like he does have some stuff like that, but like compared to I don't know, like Ed or like I'm trying to think who are the big characters like that can always like force plus frames with their V trigger. So even if they're losing, then you just like get a chance to kill them. Ryu's not that character, so.
And would you recommend people come through the local hosting?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this place is great. Definitely.
This place is great. Okay. You coming back soon?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay.
What are you looking forward to?
You mean from here?
Yeah.
I don't know, just playing more tournaments and everything. You get a lot of time to do casuals, so
matchups.
Yeah. Or like teach other people about matchups too.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking me for advice, so that's cool.
We're real thankful for that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. You said people have been asking you for advice.
Yeah.
No, we built the scene that way. That's real important. To help the new players and get more people into the scene. And you mess around with Street Fighter 6 at all yet?
No, I didn't get a chance to play the betas, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, people are making a big deal about the cracked beta and everybody having the advantage to play all this time, but in the end, I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal. People will just start playing the game and then it'll just be okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see how it turns out, though.
Thank you, man.
Okay, all right, that's good.